Hi, my name is Ken Fox. I am the author of the Save Your Million Club mobile app. We're a growing network of friends that are learning together how to save enough on our monthly bills to become millionaires in less than 40 years over a career. We're using the same information, however, to free up $700 to $1,500 a month in as little as 90 days. That's a heck of a pay raise for all of us, and we certainly invite you to join us and use the information for your benefit. Now, the purpose of this video is that I'm going to, by using the same information we give you on the mobile app, I've created my plan that's going to allow me to produce 10 times the income and do it 10 times faster than I ever thought possible. What I'm getting ready to share with you, I would have told you was not possible until recently, when I met some new members who have actually done what I'm going to share with you. Again, freeing up 10 times the income, producing 10 times the income, 10 times faster than I ever dreamed possible. Now, I want to do my best to get you the information, so that's the purpose of this video. As you can probably see, I'm about 70 years old. I'm kind of out of time. I don't want to spend another 20 to 30 years to fund my retirement plan. I was successfully retired in my late 30s, and again, about 10 years ago, about age 60, when everything I had, I lost through the 2008 subprime mortgage collapse. So that's unfortunate for me in a way, but also it's taught me a lot, and I never quit. So I am now working on my new strategy, and if it works out for me, everything that's happened in my life, I hope to make it a blessing not only to myself, but to everybody I know. So I have been a professional, a financial professional over my 70-year lifespan here, and I've worked with some of the most brilliant people I've ever met. I've been very fortunate in that regard, and but I've never seen anything like what I'm going to share with you now. So I call it my 3 times 3 equals really retired plan. And by simply sharing my mobile app on an average of 3 hours a day for 3 years, I should reach my goal. And this is going to allow me to quit my job, gain total control of my life, because I will be able to replace my income, quit my job, gain total control of my life, and make me financially independent of work, where I want to be again. And I want to spend the rest of my life doing what I want to do every day instead of what my job requires. It'll allow me to go on permanent paid vacation, and at that point I'll be able to start living my dreams, which I'll share with you momentarily. And or if I'm not 70 and I want to keep working, by doubling my income, by replacing my current income with passive income. If I decide to continue working, I simply have to figure out how to spend twice the income that I'm currently earning. Now, how am I doing all this? How is it possible to produce 10 times the income at 10 times the speed that most of us are aware of? The secret is the internet and social media, Facebook, YouTube, Google, smartphone technology. All of this emerging technology has made our time at least 10 times as valuable as it has ever been in human history. In fact, we can now produce, you and I can do in minutes what it used to take days, and we can do in days what was practically impossible over a lifetime until the internet. So just to give you some idea what I'm talking about, just to get you on the same page, do you realize that statistically you have 338 friends on Facebook? And if you do, congratulations. I don't happen to use Facebook. I have friends out there that have a hard time getting hold of me at times, but the average person in the world has 338 Facebook friends. So if you had information that was valuable enough and you felt important enough to share with your 338 friends, as you do on a regular basis already, the information I give to you here could be presented to 338 people at the click of a mouse. Now, we don't stop there. Those 338 people, if they agreed with you and me, could do the same thing. Post this information to their 338 friends, and theoretically, mathematically, 338 times 338 would give us 114,000 people now that are looking at this information that I'm sharing with you. Not bad. Let's go to click number 3. Take 114,000 people who then share this information with their 338 friends. Then 114,000 times 338 people is over 38 million friends would, with the third click of the mouse, be evaluating this information that I'm sharing with you now. That's amazing. Now, how long, 100 years ago, how long would it take you or anyone else on earth, the greatest kings of the time, to communicate with 38 million people? I don't know if there were that many people on earth back then, but wasn't really possible until now. So your time has become the most valuable asset you possess if you learn to invest it wisely. Okay? Now, I'm not done. If you think about it also, let's say you click the mouse. We had 3 clicks of the mouse. You have 38 million friends now in your network. Those 38 million friends statistically sit between 3 and 6 hours a day in front of a screen like I'm doing now. That can be their smartphone, the computer at home or at work, video games, whatever, TV screen. We spend 3 to 6 hours a day in front of a screen, the average person. It gets better. Those 38 million people that are spending 3 to 6 hours a day in front of a screen are all connected. The screens are all connected by a thing called the cloud. Don't pretend to know what I'm talking about there, but I understand that there's a cloud out there that that we can all talk to and share information through. Okay. So with the cloud, we've got 38 million people spending 3 to 6 hours a day in front of a screen, and all screens are connected, so we can communicate much more powerfully than ever before in history. Now, you don't know my friends right now, but would be happy to introduce them here soon. But we're all familiar with Facebook, YouTube, Google, LinkedIn, Twitter. And again, I'm no expert. I was alive way before these emerging technologies came to us now. But we're familiar with these high-tech companies, and let's look at Facebook really quickly. Mark Zuckerberg, a college dropout, dropped out because he could no longer afford to go to school, not because he didn't have the money, but he was making way too much doing other things. Mark Zuckerberg used the internet, asset number 1, to produce, and then he produced his asset, his social media app, Facebook, so that he could communicate with his friends. Well, they liked it enough that they used it to communicate with their friends. Next thing you knew, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook now has over 2 billion people using their platform on a daily basis. That's huge. That's amazing. He is now one of the wealthiest and most influential human beings in history, literally. The other emerging technologies have similar stories. Now, let's focus in just a little bit. Facebook has become the giant that it is because it had a consumable product. In other words, we use Facebook on a daily basis, yes. It was free, so everybody that we know can use it. It was duplicatable. It was very easy to introduce other people to Facebook and get them on board using it on a daily basis. Consumable, free, everyone can afford it. Consumable, they use it every day. and duplicatable, it's easy to share with others, allowing it to go viral very quickly. That's what's given Facebook its power. Now, when Mark had his the three assets, internet, Facebook, and this giant social network, none of them were paying him a penny. He had gotten that far without any money coming in. I'm giving you the best I can on how this story developed. But he didn't have a profit center. Well, it wasn't a big problem there, because as soon as the advertisers realized this guy could influence 2 billion human beings, they were eager to share some revenue with him, which they've done. So in this relationship you and I have with Facebook, Mark is worth over $70 billion. Facebook is pushing toward $1 trillion company, and we get a $25 to $50 a month value through this ingenious communication tool that he produced. Okay? Now, not bad. So keep that information in mind as we continue here. We can do better. Let me slow down. I'm not trying to compete with Facebook, but we can reach tremendous success by watching what's going on, by looking what Mark did. Take a look at what we can now do with the 3 assets he has that we now have also, and then all we have to do is present the 4th asset, and I will be retired in 3 years or less, and so can you be. So what am I talking about? Well, you and I have access to the internet, don't we? Yeah, we do. Do we have access to Facebook? Yes, we do. Can we communicate with 2 billion people? The 2 billion people, see, we helped Mark Zuckerberg produce a 2 billion member social network by coming on board and sharing his technology with our friends. That was really nice of us for doing that. Now, it's reversed. Mark has now used us and everybody else on Earth to combine now for a 2 billion member social network, the largest, most successful on Earth to date. Odds are somebody will beat it at some point. But now we have access to the internet. We have access to Facebook, smartphone technology, Twitter, and all the other emerging social media, yes. And do we have access to the 2 billion people that Mark has, the social network that he's built? Absolutely, yes. You take that 1, 2, and 3 click explanation I shared with you earlier. We'll go to click number 4, 38 million people referring us our information to 338 more, etc. Within about 5 or 6 clicks, not go beyond 3 to 5 or 6 clicks, we've introduced this information that I'm sharing with you right now to everybody on Earth. So yes, we have access to those 3 assets. The one asset we do not have, and so